What's going on, guys? Hope y'all are doing well. In today's video, we're gonna be going and shooting some things, but there's gonna be a little twist. I'm gonna try to go through and break down like how I do things and how I go about certain situations and whatnot. We're gonna be hunting, but there's just gonna be a twist with it. I'm gonna try to explain a few things. It'll all make sense when we get more into the video. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the love, support. And I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Peace. I guess the first thing I really should talk about is the perks. So, perk system. For the guns, yes, all this stuff helps. Unlock it. But the main important ones are, for hiker, these first four. They make you less visible, make you produce less noise. This perk though, fast and loud, I mean, I don't really use that much. I kind of forget I have it. But I think what is very important, especially if you want to get in close to these animals, like even if you don't want to use a collar, you still want to get in close, unlock these three. It's very time consuming, yes. I did have these unlocked on my old account, but I had to restart, and I haven't had time to unlock them again. But these, especially this one, if you really want to put a stalk on a herd, this bad boy right here. Moving down to the outdoorsman. Smells like water. Obviously, that's a good perk to get. Player scent, 15% reduced for animals. This one, whatever. This one is a good one to have too. If you're just walking around the woods, say you're crouched just walking, waiting for something to happen, when an animal steps on a stick or whatever, you know, and a little audible visual thing, ghost looking thing, you know what I'm talking about. When that pops up like 300 yards away. So then you can start putting on your stalk. Eagle eye, also, it helps a lot. This one, walking sense. It's a big one, obviously. So I'm down to Explorer, Quiet Rider. This one has helped me a good bit. Say I'm driving and you see an animal or see a herd or something out, you know, I don't know, 200 yards away. They won't spook as easy. So you can just get out, glass them, take a shot from there. This one has helped out a good bit, especially, I'll show you. Say cheese. Collect all Transylvania collectibles and complete Idaho collectibles. You're gonna want this freaking perk. It just makes it faster, but also on the flip side, as you're trying to get this perk unlocked and this perk unlocked, you're also unlocking this perk, if it makes sense. Yes, having that extra speed does help, especially when they did not have the UTVs and the Jeep. They just had the Jeep. Jeep is slow as shit, so this helped out a lot. This one, I mean, it's whatever. When I restarted the game, these are the first, like one of the first perks that I wanted to unlock. Most of the callers with level 1, it's calling in does and cows, and who the hell wants to shoot those? I highly suggest unlocking those. Moving on to the nitty gritty. So we've spotted our herd. First things first I do, check the wind. Blowing down that way, blowing south. Now, depending on the species, I stand upright and walk. For deer, maybe 200 yards away. That's when I'll crouch and actually start being more sneaky. But with elk and wolf, maybe moose, I don't know. Just do it for every animal to be safe. Just about 200 yards is when you want to start being sneaky. Sneaky like a snake. I mean, or you just pull out your collars and have them come to you, which is way easier. But that's not what I'm trying to accomplish here. Having most of those perks unlocked helps out a lot right here. This is probably the most talking I've ever done in a video. Now, since our wind is heading south, instead of going up over there, trying to get a shot, you're going to want to go downwind from them and look up towards them. That makes sense. So you don't want to be standing up there. Oh, hello. You don't want to be standing up there somewhere and looking down towards them with the wind blowing right at them. Some or most of the stuff, a couple of you are already going to know, but I mean, I'm just doing this for, you know, might help you out. It's going to especially help out somebody who just got the game and has like no idea what to do with hunting. I guess I can talk about the energy. So there is a thing called a hit energy in this game. Recommended hit energy for an elk needs to be between 2,912 and 4,551 joules. Now for a fox, between 612 and 1,836 joules. And you might be asking, how do I pick the right weapon for what animal? I will show you. By the way, the encyclopedia is your best friend in this game. So right now we're looking at mule deer, 1576 and 3783, and they're a tier 5 animal. For me, the easiest way to do this for me was whatever animal you want to go hunt, take the same tier weapon that corresponds with the animal and go down to the shooting range and see what your energy levels are from, you know, 50 yards all the way up to whatever it goes up to, 150, 200 yards. It will change depending on how close and how far you are. I hope I explained this stuff good, because I am terrible at explaining things. Let's see, we're about to kill us a pretty nice deer though. I'll show you all an example. So I have Grandpa's old rifle right now. This fella is 161 yards away My shot energy is 1427. Now I have the 270, which I forgot to put a scope on. Same distance, 161, but the energy is, say, 3500. It just depends on the caliber of the weapon. Now you can use lower tier weapons for other animals. I use a tier 5 gun on tier 6 animals all the time. It just depends on the energy level. Keep that in mind. Now I'm gonna kind of cover shot angles. So let's take this guy for example. He is kind of quartered toward us. It may not look like it, but he definitely is. You're not going to want to hit, you're going to want to hit his vitals, but you're not going to want to hit him back here. I mean, in all reality, you definitely could, but you also have to think about the initial impact and the bullet travel. The bullet is probably going to hit lung, and it's also going to go in his guts, which is a kill shot. You want to, in fairness, try to, you know, make a good, clean, ethical shot. I know it's just a game. That pretty much covers it. I mean, we'll blast one and then I'll talk about the blood. I also recommend using this red dot. When you scope in, use your hunter sense. Sometimes I like to get it zeroed, then take it away so everything looks clear. That reminds me, also the zeroing. This guy's 195 yards away. My zeroing to the left, you can see it right there. You're not gonna wanna shoot him when your zero is 766. I mean, you could, but that's just doesn't make sense to me, honestly. All right, here's a good example. I recommend not blasting him there, but you could. It's up to you. It's free country. These face-on shots can be a little tricky sometimes, and also crouching will stabilize your aiming a little better. Obviously, laying down is what you want to do. Now we can talk about blood. And when you shoot them, they'll react certain ways. Like, see how he's running now? We made a good shot on probably... No, I don't think we hit hard. This is why I love this game. When you shoot them in real life, if you make a good shot, like in the lungs or whatever, a deer will jump and kick. And they kind of implement it in this game as well. When you shoot them in the guts, they'll kind of hunker up and take off from there. I forgot to mention, as soon as you shoot wherever you just shot that deer from or whatever, elk, moose, alligator, elephant, whatever it is, make sure you mark right where you shot so you can find your blood. See? Easier to find. Alright, let's talk blood. You walk up to your initial blood trail. Pink, medium amount of blood, impurities clear, the animal expires slowly and might be further away. Now, if you go up to your blood trail and your initial blood is, I don't know, let's say red, and you don't know what that means, again, you can go to the encyclopedia and it will tell you everything you need to know. It's right here. This is basically everything I just covered, except I covered it in a cool way. Who wants to read, right? Blood trails. You're always going to want to get pink. That's what you want to go for at all times, but sometimes it doesn't happen. Brain and spine, red, but the animal will die on the spot. Stomach and intestines, red with green mixed in it. Bone and flesh, red, small amounts of blood. I have that happen to me all the time, especially with the black bear. Pisses me off. Let's say our boy isn't laying right there. So, and also when you shoot them, watch where they go. Watch which direction they go to. To make it easier, you can put on your hunter sense and the blood trail will glow. But say you don't want to do that. You know, say you want to try to make it realistic. Mark your initial shot. Find your first trail and just walk with it. You see it's heading straight up that way. I like to kneel and just kind of walk slowly. There's our next trail. It's going straight up this way. There's our next trail. It's going straight up this way. You get the gist. But again, in reality, you can just put your hunter sense on and keep following the lights. Alrighty. Again, that looks good. Now, if you look down into the right corner where it tells you where your bullet has hit, the yellow is recommended hit energy, if you didn't know. And the line, the white line inside, that is your hit energy. That's how much energy your bullet had when it hit the animal. If your line is above the yellow, gold, whatever you want to call it, that's too much. If it's below, it's obviously not enough. Get a bigger weapon. Animal info, male, mature, 363 pounds, 20%. My advice, if you want to get 5 stars and don't know how to do it, get rid of the low fitness, hence use the collars. Again, unlock those perks, because when you don't have those perks, all you're going to do is attract females. When you get to level 2, then you can track low fitness males. That's what you want to do. As soon as you find a freaking herd, hit this bad boy like you're playing a trumpet and get those low fitness out of here. And then level 3, you can attract the high fitness males. Say you're in a lot of brush and you're looking through your binoculars, and I know they can be a little funny sometimes and they won't pick up on certain animals. If you're looking at bucks, you know, bulls, whatever, just look at the antlers. I mean, just one look at him, you can tell he's low fitness. He's not symmetrical at all. I kind of like it though. You know, looks a little unique. He was mature. He wasn't mature. He was just mature. I'll explain on that. My words, mature is when the animal was actually white, like very white. Not albino white, but like gray, like an old man or woman, but he was still mature, but he was getting gray. And then it'll tell you all this other crap, you know, tracking time, animal weight, loss by shot. If you really want to make some money, use the bow, or use like the 243, 223, because you don't want to try to lose a lot of meat when you're taking animals. If you really want to, you know, maximize your sell price. And there it tells you your trophy. You don't, I mean, I normally don't look at this unless I get a 5-star. That's just me though. I'm trying to think if I'm really missing anything. I think I covered like the big assets. The money, if I had a tip for money, I'd probably just say do the missions, or objectives as this game calls it. Do the story, do the jobs, do the tasks, just knock them out. I mean, your reward for this mission is $1,300, $1,300, $1,700, $1,600. I mean, just do the missions. And also, the more you play, the better you'll get. You know what they say. You know what they say. Practice makes perfect. Sometimes you'll get herds that don't have shit in them to shoot. Like there's just a bunch of doe. I think I've seen one male, and he's young. Oh, never mind. What are you doing in there? You snuck in there on me, huh? So you could tell as he's running, like that was a good shot. Sometimes if I lose sight of him, I'll mark. That's where I last seen him. So that way I can just go up to that mark and pick up the blood trail from there instead of starting all the way down here. Just, you know, saves a little bit of time. I really do hope this video helps some people out, man. Like, I know if you've played this game a lot, like me, and you do hunt in real life, I mean, you're gonna know most of this stuff. Pretty much all of this stuff. I know a lot of people are like, oh, a hunting game, hunting simulator. Let me hop on this bitch and see how it is. And they actually like it, but don't know what to do. This game does do a pretty good job with kind of like explaining stuff, especially in the encyclopedia. That thing's gonna be your best friend. Unlike, you know, another game where you just kind of hop in and it doesn't tell you shit. Not mentioning any names. I'm just kidding. I'm just being an ass. Damn, I feel like a podcaster. I think this is the most I've ever talked in like my life. Alright, well, up here was where I last seen him. Oh, there he was right there. Blood was pink, medium amount. Very good shot. Another mature. He was 380 pounds. He was under 50%, which is, again, what I like to try to shoot for. Your 2 stars will most likely be over 50%. Pretty sure they're 60. 3 stars, like 60 to 70. 4 stars, 80 to 90 maybe. Don't quote me on any of this because I'm still not 100% sure. And then your 5 stars are going to be 90. I don't know where that break point is. 93 to 100%, 95 to 100%, something like that. Just trying to think of things to go over. I mean, there is kind of a good bit in this game to go over. The hunting stands, I mean, they're kind of self-explanatory. If you're looking for a certain animal to go after, let's say, let's go after this bear. The animals have need zones. So this is his feeding zone, watering zone. He should have a sleeping zone, which I don't have. And there's another watering zone. For this fox here, I do have all his zones. So it's kind of like a circle. Not all the animals are going to be circles like this. He's got a watering zone, feeding, sleeping, and eating. So he goes through all this. But to better your chances in finding him, or whatever animal you're looking for, just go to your encyclopedia again. Go to your animal. White-tailed deer. It'll show you their life cycle. I want to try to hunt this herd, and I know their watering zone's down here, and a white-tailed deer's watering time is 9 o'clock. Alright, so let me sleep till 9. And then that's when you would go down and, you know, try to find this herd. Again, I'm terrible at explaining things, so I hope you guys, you know, understand what I'm saying. I guess I can explain how the taxidermy works. So, you're out hunting. You just killed you a big-ass 5-star or whatever. You want to taxidermy him. Alright, so. Actually, let's just go shoot something real quick and taxidermy it. Like, it'll let me explain better. What do you know? Perfect timing. A 5-star. Oh, man, almost 2 5-stars. Alright, let's take this guy. See, I'm not a big fan when they're kind of quartered towards you. But if you have a big enough gun, you don't really need to worry about it. That was a little high, but we'll be okay. See how you hunker down? The bigger caliber you use, the more meat you're going to take out, the less money you'll get. But they will drop instantly, usually. Oh, I forgot to mention, with the need zones, you are going to have to physically walk around and find them. They just don't show up. But anyway, let's get back to this guy. Okay. My shot looked high. Oh, I've hit him before. I don't know when, but I've hit him before. Anyway, Just don't pay attention to that. Trophy rating total 471. Okay, so 5-star, 92% taxidermy him. In the last tab where you got the animal pulled up, where it says your score, here you can go to the animal in your encyclopedia and it'll tell you what the score corresponds with the star rating. Now I'm going to do just a head mount on this guy, but you can full body mount them. For instance, this one right here. You can do 2 mule deer fighting. Each little section area type thing has its unique taxidermy position. I don't know what you want to call it. But for just a head mount, I'm going to, so you can do calm. And there's another position, calm as well. I don't understand the difference. And there's our boy. Why is that weird looking? I don't like that. There, that looks better. It actually has a neck. I don't know why the other one looks weird. That's basically it, guys. I think I've covered pretty much everything. I'm sure I have missed some things. If I did, comment down below and let me know. If you ever have any questions about the game, you let me know. I will try to answer it. And yeah, this was a little bit of a different video than I usually do. But I hope you all enjoyed it anyway, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.